Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here, and we got some surprising news today at 49ers practice. George Kittle and Charvarius Ward both did not practice today. George Kittle was out of practice because of a hamstring injury. Charvarius Ward out of practice for a hamstring injury and knee injury. So add that to Deebo Samuel not practicing. Three key players for the 49ers not practicing on Thursday. Now, is it time to panic? I don't think so. From what Nick Sorensen said, they're being preventative. They want to make sure they take care of the guys. Thursday is their heavy day. Now, both players, George Kittle and Charvarius Ward, practiced on Wednesday. That's their lighter practice, shorter session. So they did practice and then felt a little soreness when they came in on Thursday. So they did not practice. So you could look at it a couple different ways. You could look at it as it's kind of a vet rest day, although we've seen that say veteran rest, but they also have to be honest. So because it is hamstring for Kittle and hamstring and knee for Charvarius Ward, they have to report what the soreness is and why. So, they can't lie and say it's a rest day when it's not. Now, we were in the locker room after practice day, did not see either of those two players at all. So likely they were getting treatment, rehabbing in some sort of fashion, but we did not see hide nor hair of either player, not Deebo Samuel, not George Kittle, not Charvarius Ward. So my thought is I would say George Kittle probably has a 60 to 70% chance to play on Sunday just from, and this is not medical expertise. This is just reading between the lines. He practiced on Wednesday, had some soreness, did not practice Thursday. The big test is what we see on the injury report on Friday. For Charvarius Ward, Nick Sorensen sounded pretty positive that, it was just kind of taking care of the players to make sure that they're able to play on Sunday. Now, another reason why it's not time to panic is because the Los Angeles Rams, who the 49ers will play on Sunday, have 11 players on injured reserve. 11. So as much as you think the 49ers are very injured and they're going through this problematic season with already starting out with Christian McCaffrey being out, um, you know, Deebo Samuel being out, it really is nothing in comparison to what the Los Angeles Rams are dealing with. They have so many players on injured reserve that they are not putting Cooper Kupp on injured reserve because you can only bring 8 players back. If you make it to the playoffs, you have an additional 2 players that can come back, but only 8. So now the Rams designated 2 for injured reserve before the season even started. Now it's kind of a little bit of a trick, right? So you can put a player on injured reserve and they won't count against your 53-man roster, but you have to designate them to return at some point in the season. That counts as one of your 8. For them, it's 2 of their 8. So now with all the 9 additional guys on injured reserve, how are they going to pick who comes back and who doesn't? So anyways, because they designated those guys, so they're not, they're not subject to waivers or um, anything like that. It's kind of like the cost and balance, right? So they kind of benefited because they could keep them on their team, but without them being on the 53-man roster, but they have to designate that ahead of time. So with that being said, the 49ers, even if they are without Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Charvarius Ward, they still have way less injuries than the Los Angeles Rams. And the best news of the day was Talanoa Hufanga talking about how he's ready to come back. It was a great interview with Talanoa Hufanga today. He actually talked about how his all-pro Pro Bowl year, 2022, he looks back at it now and thinks it's mediocre. Now, we all know that we thought it was a great year. I actually thought his rookie year was great too once he got on the field. But the fact that he went through all of his film with a fine-tooth comb, he couldn't be on the field. He had to be away from the field, but he did not get away from football. He literally watched hours and hours of his film. And while you might think he's being hard on himself, it's like once you take a look at it, you understand his perspective. There are plays that he made, huge plays that he made. But it might have been the second or third time that he saw that play kind of unfold. And that's when he prevented it from happening on opposing offenses. So now he's like, well, why did it take me 3 chances to learn? Why did it, why did I not catch it the first time? And the breakdowns that you saw in week 1 and week 2, the Jets and especially the Vikings, he knows those plays are coming. It's like, those are plays we need to look out for. Anything that breaks down that the 49ers defense gives up, other offensive coordinators are picking it up. They're putting it in their playbook to use against the 49ers. So that being said, Talanoa Hufanga and his film study, he knows what he's going to be faced up with when it comes to the LA Rams on Sunday. And I think he's going to be prepared. I think it's going to be a challenge, though, for him and Jair Brown to be able to communicate at the level that they need. Neither one of them has been on the field with each other. They have not been on the field together. It's kind of crazy because Jair Brown was the replacement for Talanoa Hufanga when he got injured. Talanoa Hufanga was the starter and Jair Brown was the rookie, so they didn't put him in the lineup right away. So it's going to take a little bit of growth, I think. It's a little bit of adjustment for them to get kind of on the same page together, but I think it will be a good thing eventually. And maybe it's on Sunday when they are playing, a Rams offense that is not healthy. Maybe it's a little bit further down the line, but I think Talanoa Hufanga is a guy who takes the game so seriously, really worked as hard as he could on his way back. Everything he could that he couldn't do on the field, that's what he did. And then when he could get on the field, that's what he did. So I think, the mistakes, if they can cut those down and head into Sunday's game just a little bit healthier. Talanoa Hufanga is going to be back. Maybe if Charvarius Ward is good to go, I think they should have a good game against Los Angeles Rams, where there's going to be 62 to 65% 49ers fans in attendance. So that stadium again, Levi South will be red, and I hope to see some of you there. Don't forget to subscribe. Please tell your friends. Comment below. Let me know what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see on this channel. Also, follow 49ers Talk. Matt Mayock and I do a podcast twice a week. He does a third one that has Ask Papa on it and game plans, so definitely check those out. We will be on your TV pregame with Carlos, Matt, and Rod. All the pregame stuff. We'll do a podcast right after the game is over from Los Angeles. If you're there, say hi. Definitely follow everything here and on all my social media platforms. Everything's Jennifer Lee Chan. So hope to see you soon. Hope to talk to you soon. And definitely please subscribe. All right, I'll give you more updates as I know them. Again, George Kittle, Charvarius Ward did not practice on Thursday, but hopefully that does not mean they are out for the game on Sunday.